March was a pivotal month for me. It started with a baby blue jay flailing between two trees. It felt symbolic of my own circumstances, of how I feel like I'm leaving the safety of one thing, all I've known, to explore the world before me, my new endeavors. A journey of trying to figure out my life purpose. I grasped for understanding, answers, a why, a clear direction. It was in this visual, symbolic representation that I finally accepted that I will most likely never understand every detail or the ins and outs of it all. But God has a plan for me. It's not about knowing all the answers. It's about having faith that it'll all work out. And the more I lean into that, the less I feel like I have to figure it out. Because I find peace in knowing God has a plan for me, despite not fully understanding every why or how, every roadblock or situation. I find comfort in knowing what I'm passionate about and what my skills are. And as I grow in my relationship with Jesus, all I really want to do is glorify Him with the gifts He has given me. And that is where I have found my purpose. I don't need a map showing me the big picture because the author has already written my story, and there is a peace in knowing I am part of His masterpiece, that I am His creation, creating alongside Him, for Him. I've always loved nature and have always felt a strong connection to it. Since my teenage years, I've been creating art, photography around it. Nowadays, that expression has shifted to videography. I see nature as an expression of who God is. I find beauty and gratitude in it. I am in awe of it. It feels like a way to connect to Him. Being in nature feels like being in church. Something else I've been thinking on is how attention is sacrifice. I can't recall where I saw this phrase, but it deeply resonates with a journey I am on with stepping away from short-form content, both as a consumer and as a creator. It also just relates to my priority and intention of living a slower life. This extra quiet time has gifted me an opportunity to really think about how I want to show up as an artist, especially in the digital space. I have always wanted to be a writer, and I've even written some books in the past. But for years, I was so caught up in short-form media and focused mainly on my photography hobby and vlog-styled videos. Since taking this social media break, I'm back in my blogging practice, and I share something similar to poetry through auditory witnessing on my podcast. My podcast consists of short clips where I'm describing something I am seeing, a representation of slowing down and noticing the beautiful mundane things around you. At first, I was hesitant to try this because I was worried about background noises, but quickly realized that is the whole point. There is always going to be a distraction, something vying for our attention. The world will keep spinning, but will you still pause? Both of these passion projects bloomed from stepping away from something that no longer felt aligned, and I can already feel my desire to create more and try new art mediums and forms of expression growing. It reminds me of the concept of having a fire within you, a yearning to create just to create, not to be seen or validated, but because it's what you were created to do. I'm learning the quirks and nuances about myself as an artist through this journey of embracing the unknown. For example, I came to terms with the fact that I don't like to explain or storytell unless it's in writing. So that's probably why traditional vlogging or podcasting formats didn't work out for me, which is interesting because I feel like I could talk for hours and hours in depth on a variety of topics, but when it comes to sharing that in a creative or vulnerable way, writing feels like the best expression. Side note, I am reading a script for this video audio, and I feel like I find more of a comfort in that. But I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be using this audio or just using the words that I wrote and placing them on the screen. Something I've been wanting to experiment more with is videography styles. I never thought I'd be someone who would have an interest for cinematic videography, which makes no sense because I've always appreciated aesthetics, emotion, or setting the vibe of a feeling through artistic expression. I rather saw videography through a vlogging lens, and through time realized there was a craving for documenting, but in a different way. I've leaned into just capturing moments I find beautiful and then stringing them together to create a long-form video, but have recently tried more of a silent vlog format. I truly have no direction in what I'm doing. This is me actively trying to figure it out, try new things, and just be creative. Being off of short-form social media has been easy at times and hard at times. I've known for a long time that I want to create in this space, but nothing ever stuck. I had a plan and a desired path. Social media has always been a part of my creative voice as an artist, so when I let it go, it felt like I was losing part of my identity. But what I've learned in the process is that with building my relationship with Jesus, He truly does make you new. He sees the desires of your heart and how you've imagined them to come to fruition, but He is the author and illustrator and will write them and have them come to fruition in a way that He knows is best for you, because He knows you. He created you.